Subscribe now and I'll love you forever. As I've said, the Apple California streaming event has ended. The new iPhone 13s, 13 Pros, Pro Maxes are out. Well, they've been announced. The Apple Watch Series 7 has been announced. The iPad Mini. To the main event. What you've all been waiting for. The iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 Pros. So, starting off with the iPhone 13s, same prices. $699 and $799 for the 13 Mini and the 13. Same flat edge design. Looks pretty much exactly the same, except the notch area is 20% smaller, making the Face ID components fit into a 20% smaller area. So that's cool. The notch looks funky to me. I guess I've just gotten used to the big notch. But it's definitely not as bad as I was thinking it would be. And I'm excited to see what that's going to look like on the Mini because it's such a small phone already. And then on the 12 Pro or 13 Pro Max, because with that massive phone, that smaller notch is just going to make that big screen even bigger. So that's really cool. So smaller notch, dual cameras on the 13 series. So the 13 and 13 Mini are now diagonal, like everybody was saying. So John Prosser said that. Great job, man. You got that one right. And it's great. They are, of course, better than what they were last year, as per the usual. We got some new colors. We got pink, we got blue, we got midnight, we got starlight, and then product red. So instead of every year, they're just, flat out say the colors. Like for the 12 series, we had blue, red, purple, white, black, and that's not inspired, I think there was also a green, but that's not inspired. So these names are more inspired. Instead of black, we have midnight. Instead of white, we have starlight. But then we have pink, blue, and red. But product red, you can't really get away from that, so that's awesome. What are they going to call it? Blood red? That would be a little bit brutal for an iPhone name. Okay, again, bigger battery. Bigger battery for the 13 Mini means it lasts an hour and a half longer than the 12 Mini. And for the 13, it lasts 2.5 hours longer than the 12. So that's awesome. Again, has the next chip, the A15 Bionic, has a Super Retina XDR display, which is pretty much what they had last year, but it's a little bit brighter this year, so that's really cool. New MagSafe wallet for this series. It supports Find My. I need that because I lose my wallet. That's why I use a MagSafe wallet, because it is literally stuck to my phone. But when I take it off, I have lost it. And it having Find My, it's just awesome. My AirPods with iOS 15 now support Find My as well when they're not in the case. AirTags, I lose things, so that's just phenomenal for me. I'm excited for that. They have portrait mode video called Cinematic Video, which is very cool. They had a very cool Knives Out-esque representation of it in their keynote event thing. And then sensor shift stabilization, which is also what was in the 12 Pro Max, but now it's in all 4 iPhones of the 13 series. So that's really cool. And starts at 128 gigs instead of 64. Pretty cool. Same price too. Again, $699, $799. Same price as the 12 and 12 Mini from last year. On to the big boys, the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. Again, same price from last year. So $999 and $1099, respectively. I think that's how you say it. Oh, awesome. I can't wait. And they have some really crazy carrier deals. Like, I have my 12 Pro Max. If you have a 12 Pro Max and just you're dying for this 13, if you trade in your 12 Pro Max, you'll get $730 for the 13 towards a 13 Pro Max. And so you'll only be paying $310 plus whatever taxes for the 13 Pro Max. That's not bad, honestly. And you'll get the iPhone 13 Mini for free. If you trade in your 12 Pro Max, you'll get the 13 Mini for free. So, but why would you go from the massive phone to the smallest phone? If it weren't for the cameras and the 120 Hertz, I would be tempted to do that. Oh, did I mention 120 Hertz? Finally, that is coming. 120 Hertz Pro Motion Display is coming on the 13 Pro and Pro Max phones. Beautiful. I was waiting for this all day. It's going to look great. Again, I cannot wait to go to Best Buy or the Apple Store and just look at the 120 Hertz and compare it to the 12 Pro Max that I currently have. So excited for that. It's going to be beautiful. Again, the notch is smaller, just like on the 13 and 13 mini. Cameras are much bigger. So I couldn't tell from the pictures they showed in the event, but the cameras did look a little bit bigger than the 12 Pro Max, and I looked on their website, and the cases for the 13 Pro Max don't fit on the 12 Pro Max. So that's kind of just proof that the cameras are big enough to where they had to make totally new cases. So my old 12 cases won't fit on the 13. You hate to see it, but whatever. On the cameras, speaking of big cameras, the ultra-wide camera now does macro photography. That's epic. I need that. Macro photography. It zooms in really close with the ultra-wide, which again has better lighting now. The ultra-wide is much better than it was on the 12 Pro Max, and now with the macro photography capabilities in it, beautiful, just beautiful. All the cameras now have night mode. 13 Pro lasts an hour and a half longer than 12 Pro. 13 Pro Max lasts 2.5 hours longer than the 12 Pro Max. 2.5 hours. That's insane. That's great, and I'm excited for that. That'll make my Pokemon Go addiction so much worse. Always on display? Not a thing. They haven't mentioned it. If it's a new feature, I'm sure Apple will talk about it. But maybe it's coming and they just didn't want to talk about it for some stupid reason, like why they didn't mention the actual number of how big the Apple Watch screen is getting. They just said it's getting bigger. Whatever. But 1 terabyte of storage is now available. Why do you need 1 terabyte of storage on your phone? I don't know. But if you need it, if you want it, you have it. It's also like $1,600, so have fun with that. And new colors, as normal. There's graphite, there's silver, and they look the same as last year. There's this gold, which I think looks a little bit lighter than last year's gold. And instead of this Pacific blue, they have the much more beautiful Sierra blue, which if I were to ever get the 13 Pro series phone, it would always be the Sierra blue. It's kind of like a light blue turquoise type thing. It's beautiful. It's my color. If it's not product red, then it's light blue. I love it. I cannot wait for that. And then available, all 4 phones available on September 24th. So tell me what you guys think about that, because I'm psyched. I think this is amazing. I'm so excited to see what Apple is going to do next, what iOS 16 will look like next year, and just to get a hands-on on all of these products and see all the better YouTubers out there get the hands-on on these products. And just, I cannot wait. I've nerded out today. This was so much fun. And yes, they had a couple of new things on Apple Fitness Plus, and like I mentioned, Apple TV Plus. I don't care. So, that's it. I'm Jake. This is Shot on my phone.